Hello tubers, this is my effort to get you a video. I purchased this lawnmower. I saw it posted for like 15 bucks. It did not have a bag. That's a brand new bag I had I had listed for sale, but no one's bought it yet, so it happens to fit it. It's for an all-wheel drive Craftsman, but it fits this one. So anyway, I purchased this from somebody in my local area. They used it as a backup, but it just doesn't run anymore, they said. This is looks like it's a rear-wheel drive Craftsman with a 190cc Briggs & Stratton 7 horsepower engine, or 7 foot-pounds of torque engine. I saw this and I was like, great. I've had one just like this earlier this year. It was a little bit more worn. It's like that one was front wheel drive. Anyway, I was doing great. Now, it was late when I picked it up. I was trying to get back home quickly enough for the 4th of July fireworks. But when I got home, I pulled it out of my truck. There was a big puddle, what I thought was water, but it ended up being oil. This thing is leaking oil. Let me show you oil from under the bottom. I don't know where yet, or if it's something that seeped from the top to the bottom or whatever, but well, it looks okay. I hate when I've had some where I picked up where it was leaking oil, and then turned out it was a bent crankshaft. I don't think this one's a bent crankshaft, but I'll check that. Sorry for the lighting. Anyway, this blade has oil on it. I'm gonna probably wash this off. Let's look right here to see if this wobbles back and forth. You have the spark plug, detached. There's the compression stroke. It does not, that bolts seems good. Doesn't seem, maybe it just got some oil on the bottom, or the crank seal needs to be replaced, which isn't hard to do, but I haven't really been able to do one successfully. So this mower does not have any gas in it. It's empty. It is full of oil. It needs to be changed, but it's full. It's not overfull. Let's check the air filter. Not half bad. I'd like to wash this off, and it's stuff still caked on. I'm trying to get to the shaft here to see if it's leaking oil from there. In order to do that, I was taking off the baffle. You don't need to do that. To get to this off, there's a bolt on top that holds this in, and then this should come off. Yeah. So, and there's 2 bolts this one has. And well, that's why you always need to every year clean that out, your belt cover. So this is leaking there. I don't know where it's leaking from exactly yet. It's probably the crank seal. I'm going to go clean this off with the pressure washer and some degreaser and see where it starts leaking from. I washed it off with degreaser and scraped some stuff, and I don't know where it's leaking from. I did find that the oil drain plug, I was able to turn it about a half a turn, maybe a little bit more. So maybe it was leaking from there. Let's hope so. That's the easy fix. Just tightened it up. This is your drain plug right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the belt cover off for now. I'm gonna put the blade back on, and I can continue on to see if I can get it to start and run. Just to see if it's something I wanna move forward with. I need to wait till all this dries and let it sit overnight to see if it leaks any oil or something. Yeah, I've shot some carb spray directly into the carburetor. Let's see if this thing runs. I got you here. We're going to take this off, the air box off. We've got 3 5/16 bolts, and it helps to get this top little cover off. There is no fuel in this, and tank is empty. This was stored in I think a shed. Let me see here. So we do that, and then this comes off. Hang on. So now we got, oh, I do have to take this off. I got to get that bolt out. Okay. Now I got to take this, the auto choke vane thing off. So just kind of raise it up. That's a 1/4 inch bolt, and leave it like that. So do just two 3/8 inch bolts. I don't drop them. There we go. And one linkage, but in order to get the linkage off, I got to take off fuel line. Since there's no fuel in this tank, I'll open it up from the other side. Be very careful. You break these if you're not careful. And I have done that. Fortunately, I had a junk carburetor around that had the part on it I needed. There. This is the part. Be careful not to break. Now we're going to open this up and take a look. Here we have a 1/2 inch bolt for the bottom bolt. Although I grabbed the wrong ratchet. Gotta get my 3/8 out. So, let's see what boogers we got in here. Hopefully it wasn't like the last one I had. I had to replace that carburetor. Well, the jet isn't clogged. Let's take a look. And that isn't half bad. I mean, there's some in there. This is a little troubling, but I think that should still work. It should be flat, but it's because the seat's expanded. I don't have any others with me. I mean, not that I know what that would fit. I have a used one, and that's off of aftermarket carb. So let's give it a quick and dirty and put it back together and see if it runs. Dirty is quick spray off and wipe down and put it back. I won't show you. Brush it off inside. Best thing to use is steel wool. It conforms to the bowl better. See? It's just something I noticed on this carb. Is you see that the flap, this is the auto choke flap. You see how it's got that extra, it's shaped like almost like a U. It's got that extra there. Never seen that before. Now we're gonna put the carb back in and hopefully that seat's okay. Let me see. Nope. And I'm gonna go ahead and replace the seat with one I have. It's not OEM, but hopefully it fits. Look, I have one seat left. Hopefully this will be okay. I usually buy these every couple of years, get a pack of 10 or so, maybe 20, I can't remember. There was one year, it just seemed like every year I was rebuilding, like every carburetor came in, I had to rebuild. Well, anyway, how you get the old seat out is you take a wood screw and you kind of jam this in like so, and then it comes out. It destroys the seat, but that's okay. We're replacing it. How I got that other one out is you can use mini picks and you can grab them out and not break them. So that's what I'm gonna put the other one in. Now I gotta clean this out, the area out inside where it's gonna go. With carb spray, and then let that, let me show you what it looks like inside. I don't know if you can see in there. That's what it looks like, and the seat just fits down in there. Sometimes that gets clogged up and you spray it out. Anyway, what happens is the ethanol and the gas will expand the seat, and then it will cause the float not to be at the right level, and then not let any fuel in, and then you have to replace them. So that's what I'm doing. Get our one seat out. Here is left. The last one. This is the last one I have. I'm gonna put this on a mini pick. You want to do this. Or you can use a paper clip as well. If you do this, do it over like an old cookie sheet. So what you're gonna do is, you see this side has a groove in it. That part goes into the carburetor first, like this. Well, this mini pick at times. So what you may have to do this a couple of times before you get it right. Okay, I think I got it in there. Now I gotta take a something to push it down, like a punch or a wood screw or Allen wrench or Allen key or something. Got this. I'm glad I came in to the garage. It's raining now. Needed it because it was really hot and humid. Anyway, we're gonna take this and push down on the seat that's in there, and that will push it in place. You can use anything that's just a little bit smaller than the hole, like that, and push it down. And let me show you. See, there it is. Now I'm gonna reassemble the carburetor. First thing you do is you put your needle back in. Kind of hold it with gravity to hold it in place. And then we gradually put it back. And then we slide. We align the holes for the slide pin. And now you see how that's flat now? Not like that. This will let fuel in. When it was like that, it wouldn't. It was clogged. So that was probably what was wrong with this. I needed to rebuild. And it reminds me, I need to go buy some more of those seats at some point. I buy them off Amazon. Part number will be in the video description. You may want to know why I needed to rebuild this. Well, here's the carburetor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blow into this, into here where the intake is, and listen. You hear that? That's air getting in. That's how it's supposed to be. If I turn it upside down, blow into it, you hear nothing. That means it's sealing. Okay, before the other one with the other seat, I blew in, didn't hear anything. Means it was that was causing it not to get fuel in the carburetor, which is what was causing this not to run. So I'm gonna put this in. It's the opposite of how I take it off. Just make sure you don't break anything. Here. So first thing we do is put the linkage on like that. And arrange the auto choke so that this here is in this, in that, and this should move freely there. You see. Well, we'll arrange that in a second. I gotta first put these carburetor bolts on. A couple 3/8 bolts here, mounting bolts. Let's see. Okay, now we just gotta attach the fuel line, like so. Okay, now we gotta get the auto choke right. Quarter-inch bolt. Okay, needs to be able to move like that, so that it'll be able to set the choke here when it's cold. If this is set in a certain way, it also controls the. No, it doesn't. It does on some of them. If there's like a rat's nest or something up here, it won't run right. It'll run way too high. I had one just like that. See video in the info bar right now. So now we're going to put everything on, and let's see if this, and then put some gas in it and see what happens. Added gas. Let's take it outside and try to start it. This will go really well. as you see, it ran, and I tested the self-propelled rear wheels. It works. So really the only question is, at this point, is the crank seal leaking? We'll have to wait. I'm gonna leave that belt cover off overnight. Next day, I had this lawnmower over this cardboard. Well, the cardboard has had some previous oil stains on it. There's no new oil stains. So, I guess whatever I did, I guess it's not leaking oil anymore. Do need to change it, the oil, and put everything back. So I gotta get this hot to change it. And then I'll give it its final wash down and test mow before I sell this. Hi, this is it all cleaned up. To go over what I did to it is I cleaned and rebuilt the carburetor, cleaned out the deck, cleaned out all the oil, took the belt cover off, cleaned underneath, changed the oil, sharpened the blade, touched up the paint. That was it. And I added this bag that I had that happened to fit. It's from an all-wheel drive model, but it fits it. So here'd be your final start.